What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Cjthecheesedj here, and we are back with another Dino Builds video. And today we are taking a look at none other than the Roll Rat. Now you can see this guy here, he is one heck of a beauty dino. Look at that face, look at those buck teeth. Just makes you want to smooch him, doesn't it? So we're here, guys. We're going to give you guys some builds today just to help you get the most out of your Roll Rat. Now these guys are pretty basic. They don't really have any unique skills or abilities that set them apart from any other dino, really. I mean, well, there is one, I guess you could say. So, pretty much, straight off the bat, these guys are great for harvesting wood, as their buck teeth would have suggested. These guys reduce the amount of wood in their inventory by 80%. So, for example, whoa, okay, hold on, whoa. Alright, so you can see here we've got a tree in front of us. Sorry, wood and fungal wood. So you can see there, 120 wood on the Roll Rat raise 12 weight. So we're going to junk that in here, and you can see there, that's 60 weight on us. So that is a huge difference in terms of weight. Now, already their base stats start off pretty good. They have a decent amount of health, a decent amount of stamina, decent amount of weight, and melee damage. Now, these guys are 150s as well, so do take that into mind. But you can see here, their melee damage is about 147. Now, the only downside that so far I've been able to find for the Roll Rats is their huge turning radius, their inability to harvest meat and hide, and the reason that their saddle takes damage when you use it. So whenever you do this ability, which is their secondary attack, which is their rolling attack, their saddle actually takes durability damage, which depletes the usefulness of their saddle, which means you have to repair it faster, and you have to technically use more resources to do so. So you can see at just after rolling that little bit, okay, we haven't taken any durability. Oh, we've taken 9 durability. I don't know if that's because we've been rolling or because we get attacked. Now, as well as taking damage from wild dinos, also makes you lose durability on your saddle. Now, as well as that, you can also feed the Roll Rats Stimberry, and they pretty much act as Phiomias. Pooping. You can see all that poop. Now, because there aren't any Phiomias on Aberration, as far as I'm aware, you do need someone to poop out your poop for you, and that's where the Roll Rats come in. Feed them a ton of Stimberries, and they will poop like crazy. So that pretty much sums up all the Roll Rats abilities. Now, the wild Roll Rats also have the ability to dig underground and unearth gems, and in order to tame these guys up, you need to feed them honey when they've actually dug underground. So by putting the honey in your last slot of your inventory, you walk up to these guys when they've dug their hole and chuck the honey in, and that is how you raise their taming. Alrighty, now that we've talked about their abilities, let's get into some builds. Now, this first build, you guys, this is like a ritual. This is a cult thing that we do on every Dino Build video. The transport build. So this build is namely for transporting other players as well as lots of resources. Now, as you guys can see, the Roll Rat has a huge saddle, and I'm pretty sure you can seat up to 6 players on a Roll Rat saddle. 2 in the front, 2 in the middle, and 2 in the back. Now, you can then travel with all these guys by using the secondary ability, which is your rolling ability, and this is a very fast ability that is able to transport you across the map really quickly. The only downside to this, like I mentioned earlier in the video, is the large turning radius. Other than that, there's nothing really else to really fault the Roll Rat when it comes to using that ability. Of course, you also have the saddle damage that happens when you use that ability, so do be careful when you take your Roll Rat out to go rolling, because the saddle durability can play a big part in stopping your Roll Rat from rolling. Now, for this build, you pretty much just want to pump up a bit of health. A bit of health always makes them a bit more solid. Easily take them up to 10k if you want, even like 6k, 7k. You want to pump a bit into stamina as well, maybe 3k stamina. Once you've done that, you pretty much just want to dump the rest straight up into weight and movement speed. Once you get up to about 1,000 weight, you know, even 1,200 weight, that's enough weight for you and like 5 other players. You can keep going, however, because the Roll Rat's movement speed while rolling is already really fast, so you don't need to worry too much about that, but the extra movement speed never hurt anyone. Now, with this, they'll move even faster, I guarantee it. With the large amount of stamina, they pretty much can roll infinitely, and the only thing you need to worry about is enemy dinos and just turning. But other than that, you can pretty much navigate the terrain of Aberration really simply. Like, look at this. Look how quickly we are going through the map of Aberration. It's so quick that our PlayStation isn't able to keep up with it, and we are actually lagging. Like, you can see there, like, we're just demolishing everything. The only thing you do have to be careful of is when you come into contact with water, because, well, that will stop you from rolling, and you don't want that when you're in a field full of dangerous dudes that could kill you. Now this next build doesn't really utilize any sort of stats. This is mainly just for life of ease, I guess you could say. Now this next build is the Bulldozer build. Now when you guys use the Roll Rat's secondary ability, you actually just demo everything you go through. So if you're actually clearing out a new base spot area and you want to get rid of the rocks and the wood in the area, simply tame yourself up a Roll Rat. Oh, okay, hello. Simply tame yourself up a Roll Rat and you can demolish everything in the area really quickly, really easily. Now the only downside to this is that you obviously don't get to keep any of the resources, so only do so sparingly. Like if you don't actually need the resources, then by all means go ahead and demolish everything while rolling. This is a great build to do that. Well, I mean, it's not really a build. You don't need to worry about pumping anything up. Just do be careful of the terrain height and make sure you always hop off your Roll Rat just as he's about to hit the ground, so you negate the fall damage that your Roll Rat will take and you take it instead, which is always the better option. Alrighty guys, and the last and final build that we're going to showcase to you guys for the Roll Rat today is the Harvester build. Now like I said earlier in the video, this guy is great at harvesting fungal wood and wood. He actually he's one of the best gatherers of it, and he reduces the weight of it by 80%. Now he also has the ability to gather mushrooms and berries, and he's able to do it on wandering as well. Now for this build, what you really just want to pump up is weight and melee damage. They are the main things that you want to pump up. Weight so that he can carry a shit ton, and I mean like a shit ton of wood. Easily take this guy up to 1500 weight and you won't have to worry ever again about collecting weight on foot. The rest of the points you just want to chuck straight into melee damage. You can chuck some into stamina if you so choose to. I personally don't think it's really needed all that much because, well, you're not really going to be using your stamina all that much and you can easily deal with whatever comes your way. There you go, you can see that. Now with the high melee damage as well, you'll also be able to deal with anything pesky that comes your way. But you can see here, we are getting a crap ton of fungal wood. Now I'm pretty sure the gathering rates on my single player world are actually 1x at the moment as well. And you can see there, like, we are still getting a crap ton of wood from these trees. And, like, look at our weight at the moment. We aren't even dipping into it slightly. As well as that, we come across any hostile things, such as raptors, you know, karkinos, anything like that, we can easily deal with them because we've got the crap ton of melee damage. So, guys, that is pretty much all there is. Like, look at this. Look at all that wood we've got in here, and we're only at 250 weight. It's bloody magnificent. Now, this works for fungal wood as well as regular wood. So do take that into mind as well, guys. But that's pretty much all there is for today's episode, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this dino build. If you did, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe for more of them. But other than that, I hope to catch you in the next one, and thank you for watching. I got this soda.